Time for another update on a prosperity framework sector team. This time the Oceans team, of which Adam Rodgers is co-chair. Adam, two priorities laid out by One Nova Scotia call for activities on the oceans front. One being that we become an oceans-related cluster of companies with leading-edge technology. What's our team doing about that?
Well, Ian, our team is, we want to indicate our support for the One Nova Scotia Coalition's recommendations when it comes to the ocean. Their chapter on this had some recommendations, and one of which was to have more of an oceans tech cluster. And so our companies in the traditional ocean industries here in Cape Breton, such as Lewisburg Seafoods, have been working and engaged with the digital industry here in the Sydney area to collaborate and work on ways that they can develop the industries, a traditional industry, in a more modern context. And I think that'll help in a number of ways. It'll help employ young people in the area. It'll help grow the industry and grow our export economy.
And Lewisburg Seafoods, in issuing that challenge, said we have prizes, we have challenges in our traditional industry that the digital sector can help with. We're looking for news in the new year on who the finalists will be in that challenge.
It should be very exciting because there's an emerging digital industry here in the Cape Breton area, and the Sydney area in particular, coming from the university. And to combine that with a traditional industry where we have such a tradition of going out to sea in our communities, I think that's going to be exciting for the future.
When we talk about that partnership with the university, I can't help thinking about another One Nova Scotia priority, that having to do with the production of renewable energy. What's our team doing on that front?
Well, one of the recommendations that the One Nova Scotia Coalition made was to increase our oceans energy sector, and one of our production there. And so what we're looking at is the tidal energy opportunities here in Cape Breton Island, and we think with the Bredor Lake and the Strait of Canso in particular, those are areas where tidal energy can be studied and, I believe, commercialized. But in addition to that, and probably with more economic impact, in the Strait area, we're developing these LNG export facilities, and these are ocean-based because, of course, they're using the port facilities, and they're going to be exporting energy throughout the world via the Strait area. So we're very excited about those prospects. We think there's going to be hundreds of people employed as part of the construction and then ongoing as well.
Now, on another front, we're doing a conference. The team is actively organizing it for February, inviting world leaders in safety to the Strait area of Cape Breton. What's this conference all about?
Well, there's companies in the Strait area like Port Hawkesbury Paper, New Star, and others that have been developing a very strong culture of safety in the region. We want to promote that because with offshore supply opportunities and ocean industry opportunities in general, these companies want to know that an area has a safety culture. So we're bringing people together. We want to talk about safety, talk about what local companies can do to participate in these global opportunities, these enormous opportunities. And if there's any gaps that we can identify, that we can fill those gaps. But also just bringing people together and allowing some people to figure out what each other does and how we can work together.
And maybe showing off the Strait region of Cape Breton as a place to do business and highlighting our great training facility there.
Well,
too.
There's the natural assets of the port itself, but yes, we have the internationally recognized Nautical Institute in Port Hawkesbury, which is one of the leading places for training in the country and for marine training in particular. And so we want people to see it up front.
Adam Rodgers, co-chair of the Oceans Sector team with the Prosperity Framework, Cape Breton's Economic Development Strategy. I'm Ian McNeil. We'll have another update for you soon.